Hello crafty friends, I am back with a third card that I made for the Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous Christmas stamp release for 2021. And this one is really, I made this one really to showcase the new layering stencils, the shifter stripes. So I have all three sizes on here, and I spoke in one of my other little walkthroughs about how I did it. But these are my leftover pieces from this. So this is a slimline card, and I used all three sizes. So the layering stencils come in a small stripe, a medium stripe, and then a large stripe. And I thought, you know, it would be fun to maybe have something in the stripes. So before I began, I got out one of my older background stamps. I have to tell you, if you have a chance to get a background stamp, if Tim makes any more background stamps, grab them. That's the first stamp I always grab, is a background stamp and the sentiments. Those are my go-tos. Stamps, sentiments, and background stamps. So this is an older one, Music and Advert CMS 358, and I use this music one a lot. I absolutely love it, so I use it a lot. For this technique, what I did was I took the music and I stamped it on 3 pieces of white heavy stock. Actually, no, it looks like I did it on 2. So I did it on 2 pieces of white heavy stock, and I stamped it with Versamark ink. You could also stamp it with a white pigment ink, like if you have Versamark, it's a resist kind of stamp pad. If you have Versacolor pigment, the white pigment, by Sunico, this is also another one that will work. And I stamped just the music onto the background, and then you have to let it dry either overnight or dry it with the heat tool. You have to make sure it's completely dry. So I did that with 2 of them. The third one I did, the big one, I used the stripes and holiday type, because the holiday type is a really fun one to do this with as well. So if you use the Sunico white pigment, it will stand out more than with the Versamark. I didn't have any of the white pigment when I started this project. So it's all right, but you can see it's very ghost-like in the background. Once you start putting ink on, it doesn't really jump out at you. Okay, it just gives just a little tiny bit of detail. All right, so then what you do, once your background is stamped with some sort of resist, either the pigment or the Versamark, completely dried, then you pick your colors, and I took the small one on one of them, and as you can see, it has some stripes. That shows you what is going to be covered, and then where you're going to move it when you shift. So we're going to pretend to cover the green. And if you look, you can see that there are spots on both sides of the green stripes that are going to remain white, or whatever color your base is. Then you're going to take a tool, and you're going to put your red on it. I don't have a red one right now, but we'll pretend this is red. You can put your red ink on it, and you're going to go this way with the stripe, because if you do this, they will move, and you don't want that. You want them to stay the way they are. So you're going to go this way with the stripe, and when you get your first color, it doesn't have to be red, it can be any color. When you get your first color on, then you will lift, and you're going to shift, and you're going to cover whatever your first color was. Since mine was red, I'm going to cover that up. And now you'll see that there are white stripes on both sides of the red, because those white stripes, or whatever your base color is going to remain that color. And then you get your green tool and you ink it up, and then you go up and down again and color in those stripes. And then when you lift it, you should have 3 colors of stripe. All right, so I did that with the small, and then with the medium, and then with the large. and I wanted to show all 3 of them on a card. And so I cut them equally and put them on a background so that you could see the graduation from the small, medium to large. The sentiment and focal point really aren't the important part of this card. I really just wanted to show a technique for using the layering stencils, all right, the layering shifter stencils. If you're interested, the Season's Greetings was from Christmas time, CMS 352. I stamped it in black archival ink. Then I stamped it in embossing ink, and I put the sticky, that sticky embossing powder, and then I put some tinsel glitter on it. And I did the same with the snowflakes from the new, this is one of the new releases, and it's the Christmas Things. It's the snowflake from the Christmas Things, CMS 441. All right, and so I just put one of those on the end, matted it, popped it up a little bit on some chipboard, and that's really it. I didn't want to do too much. I wanted to keep this really simple so that it was the stenciling that would shine on this card.